Oh, thank you for watching this video. This video is brought to you by newqbo.com. Newqbo.com, that's our website. It's QBO blog. So we have great articles and free video tutorials to help you. Free video tutorials on YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channels. We have two channels right now. youtube.com/bbcontroller, youtube.com/QuickBooks QBO. So that's the one you're watching. So in this video I'm going to focus on QBO inventory. So just subscribe to QuickBooks Online, and you want to use QuickBooks Online inventory. I will show you 3 simple steps to learn. If you follow this step, you will avoid big mess in QBO. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to go to QuickBooks Online. So this is QuickBooks Online. Okay, first you need to make sure you have setups correctly for the QBO inventory. For example, you want to create an invoice, let's just say, and you don't see this product and service or service date, okay, or you want to buy inventory and you don't see say for example this item details. So it's all to do with the gear settings. Okay, so let's go to gear settings. Here's the gear settings right here. Okay, so account and settings, and click the sales. Okay, as you can see here, product and services, so product service column on sales form. If you don't see product and service column, you need to make sure this is turned on. So it has to be on in order to use product and service column for your inventory items. Okay, the second one is the if you don't see items on the expense and purchase form, so you need to come here, expenses, gear settings, account settings, and expenses and bills and expenses. You want to make sure this one is on, and if you're tracking expenses and items by customer, this has to be on too. And if you are markup, you have markup billing based on some labor and stuff, so you need to make sure this one is on as well. So okay, once you have all these setups, you will see inventory setup on. Okay, so to create new inventory is basically go to product and services. So you can go to product and services from sales, see sales and product and services, it goes to the same place, or from the gear icon under list, product and services, it will take you to the same place. Okay, so here's the new one, this new one. Okay, and as you can see here, the first one is inventory. Just select the inventory and just name something, whatever name you have for your inventory. Okay, and I'm just going to show you the important ones, so you can assign SKU, and if you need to make a product of something, you can do that. Okay, I'm just going to leave everything blank, and then if you want to assign a class for this, you can assign a class. Okay, the most important one is the initial quantity at hand. You don't want to leave it blank. This always has to be 0. So make sure this one is 0 when you're creating a new item, when you're creating gadget 102 new item. Okay, and the rest doesn't matter. And the inventory asset account, in QuickBooks Online inventory, they have a default account, which is this. So most likely it will automatically select this. Don't try to select some other accounts or add new accounts to do that. It won't work. So default account for inventory asset account is this one, inventory asset. This is the one you want. It will work. Okay, and then you put the sales information, whatever you want to see on your sales forms, invoice or sales receipt. Okay, so those will say gadget 102, and the sales price is basically your the amount sales selling price. Let's just say for this is $200, okay, and the income account, this is the important one. So this is where you will see your sales revenue. So just select that from your chart of accounts, okay, and the purchasing information, okay. So this is where you buy inventory. Let's just say you buy gadget 1 and 102, same thing. And the cost is not that important, but if you know the cost, just fill that in, okay. And expense account is cost of goods sold, okay, normally cost of goods sold. So you may have different accounts, but it's still under cost of goods sold, okay. And the preferred vendor is not that important. You can leave it blank, or if you have multiple, leave it blank, or if you have just one vendor that you select, then you can select some vendor one here. Let's say just one, okay. So now once you do this, what will happen now, okay? So it's basically when you create sales invoices, the revenue part, it'll post to product income, okay. When you buy inventory, it will go to inventory asset account, and when you create sales invoice on the same journal, transaction journal, it will also reduce your inventory level, and it posts the cost, FIFO cost, to cost of goods sold. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Okay, remember this one is 0 now, okay. There may be other exceptions. They may have to add initial quantity hand, so you don't need to come back here ever, always 0. So so you don't need to come back unless you want to adjust the sales price in here, or the cost price. It doesn't really matter on cost price. It will automatically calculate your cost when you buy inventory. Okay, so $200, this is the one you see on invoice, and this is the one you see on when you buy purchase order, when you issue purchase order, or enter your cost. Okay, so save and close. Okay, so the gadget is 102. Let's just save it. Okay, I don't have gadget 102 in here, so I have to change this to 103. Okay, save and close. Oop. Okay, so they ask for the as of date. So if you're just starting today, just select the date in here. This is also required field. Quantity on hand is 0. That's required field. As of date is today's date. Let's say March 7th. Okay, save and close. Okay, so now you have gadget 103. You know, all right. So I don't have the SKU on this one. If you want to add the same SKU number, okay, so this is all you need to do on the setting up your product and services item. Okay, so now you need to buy inventory. Don't create sales invoice because you don't have inventory yet. So you need to buy inventory. So in order to buy inventory, you need to go to plus sign in here and enter your vendor expense forms. All right, so if you are paying by bank card or something, you select expense. If you're writing checks, just select check. Or if you are entering bill, if you have a term, you know, buying from vendor, and they give you 30-day terms or net 15, so you just select bill. So this will create accounts payable, and then when you're ready to pay, just you select pay bill. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to expense now. Let's just say I'm gonna just pay it by debit card or something. Okay, so the pay is your vendor, always vendor, right? Buy from vendor. Okay, all right. And so remember, this is the one, this is where you enter item details tab, never on category types. Don't select inventory asset like this one in here. That won't add anything. It will just add to your general ledger, your register, but it won't add to your QuickBooks inventory. As you can see here, you need to enter quantity rate, so don't use this one. always use item details tab. Okay, so I'm going to delete now. Okay, so this is where you want to enter whenever you buy inventory. This is very important. So you created a product and service item and you're buying items before you're ready to sell it. Okay, so let's select gadget 103 now. This is the one we just created. Okay, as you can see here, the rate is 100. This is your cost that you're paying to your vendor. Okay, so let's just say you want to buy 100 in here at $100 each. At this point, let's say they're giving you a good discount. Let's say they're giving you at $90. You can always change it here. Let's hit $90 in here, right? Okay, so this is all you need to do. And at this point, if this one customer project is on and you're selling this product for the general customers, you don't need to do anything here. This is for different. If this is billable purchase, or you have markup, then fill out. If you're just buying inventory, that goes to inventory asset account. Don't worry about it. And if you have a class set up, just select one. I have commercial in here. It could be anything else. Okay, this is all you need to do. Item details tag, product and service item from your product and service list, and it automatically pulls your description from that list, and then enter quantity. And so this is all you need to fill out. That's it. Okay, so you're paying $99,000 for gadget 103 100. Okay, so you buying and paying 100 units. Save and close. Okay, so now if you go to the in here, you will see your quantity on hand is 100. Okay, and so you're ready to sell, and at some point you need to run report. You can always come here and run report. So if you click this one, you will see you bought 90 units in here, 100 units, sorry. Okay, all right, so now everything looks good. You want to create invoice now. Okay, just select one customer in here, and the product and service is gadget 103. So if you don't see service date, don't worry about it. You don't need it to do this. Okay, as you can see here, it's $200, and the class is say commercial. You may not have it, but if you have it, location and class, you just select those. So as you can see here now, it's this. Okay, so when you're creating invoice, and if you need to find out the quantity on hand, how many units do I have, just hover in here. You will see that you have to enter this. See, like quantity on hand is 100. This is the one you bought. Okay, let's say you're selling 2 units for this customer, and $200, and I'll say you're selling this for $180. You can change it right here, or $220, whatever rate you're selling. You can do it here, manually change it, or leave it at 200. Okay, so that's all you need to do. So normally you'll charge sales tax. So if you are charging sales tax, you will see the sales tax in here. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to show you if you're charging sales tax. On this one, I don't have the sales tax on. So if you're charging sales tax, I'm going to go back to product services in here 103, and you will see the charge sales tax in the sales tax button here. You just say yes, and done. Okay, so now all we have to do now at this point is save this invoice. You know it will reduce your inventory from, as you can see here, you already saved this. So now the inventory is 98, so you reduced it. Okay, so once you do this, what will happen? All right, so you just can click the more button at the bottom in here, and select transaction journal in here. Okay, so this is invoice. You just created. The customer is here, and accounts receivable is 400, and your sales income is 400, right? 400, and the cost of goods sold is $180 for 2 units, because you paid $90 each, and it comes out from your inventory asset account. Okay, so that's all you need to know. So as long as you do follow this easy 3 steps, you will be in good shape. Okay, and you can run reports in here. They have 2 reports. Just click the inventory in here. Inventory. See, you have a valuation detail, valuation summary. Just summary in here. So you see, it's 98 now. So it'll show you detail in here. Okay, so that's the focus of this video. So as I said, if you just follow those 3 steps, you will be in great shape. Enjoy. Thank you again. Hey, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channels if you like this video. Thank you again. Bye.